Welcome back to Marin County Home Sales Stats, where we cut through the noise and tell you actually what matters for buying and selling homes in Marin County real estate. If you're doom scrolling headlines about Bay Area home prices and Marin County homes for sale, breathe. We've got the real story. Wildfires, rising premiums, and do I even have enough coverage vibes? Plus, October sales in Marin took a big step up. If you're trying to read this market with one eye closed, let me be your other eye. So let's get to it. I'm Carrie Hill, lawyer turned realtor, 30-year Marin local, and the person who helps you buy or sell here with your sanity and bank account intact. My information is in the link below if you need some backup. And hey, if you pick up even one useful nugget here, hit subscribe. It motivates me to keep pumping out this content. Thank you so much. National check-in, insurance and sellers reality. Here's two big takeaways from this week's national news affecting real estate. Homeowners feel underinsured. A recent Kin insurance study shows 1 in 5 homeowners, that's 18%, believe their policy wouldn't fully cover a full replacement if disaster hits. And 38% don't even know how to check if they're covered enough. People are coping by raising deductibles, 22%, switching providers, 17% are doing that, dropping optional coverages, 10% doing that, and cutting total coverage, 9% doing that, while 25% haven't done anything. Here's the kicker, 59% couldn't afford a $5,000 deductible today if their home were seriously damaged. Rising costs are also chilling demand. Nearly a third of homeowners say they wouldn't buy a new home because of it. The other point, sellers still trust agents. A Clever Offers survey found that 86% of sellers who used an agent were happier with their method than those who went solo. Agent-represented sellers averaged $138,000 in profit, which is about $6,200 more than a non-agent seller. Okay, we're talking national averages here, as you know, much lower price point than Marin. And about 85% of those people felt good about their profit versus the ones without an agent. Most trusted way to sell? The Realtor brand at 87%. For those of you who don't know, realtors have to belong to the National Association of Realtors to be able to use the tagline Realtor. Otherwise, you are a real estate agent. Realtors are both. Anyway, the least trusted? Cash buying companies at 40%. For good reason, because they give you a lot less on your property than the market would. But their commercials don't sound like that. And 36% of DIY sellers wish they'd hired an agent. Translation? You can sell solo, but you'll probably wish you didn't. Quick takeaways. Double check your coverage before you list or buy, and don't cheap out on strategy when thousands are in line. Skipping an agent to save often costs more, like using duct tape to fix a leaky roof and then wondering why it's raining in your kitchen. October Marin home sales. Okay, on to Marin stats. 226 homes sold in October. 130 sold below list, averaging 10% below. 26 sold at about list. 70 sold above list, averaging 9% over. What that means in plain English? The market rewarded the best prep, right-priced homes with strong over-ask results, while buyers pushed back hard on anything that felt stale, quirky, or over-ambitious on price. If your plan is list high and pray, prepare to donate 10% back to reality. Now, on to the charts. Okay, and here is the inventory. As you can see, inventory decreased from last month to this month. Always happens. The holidays are coming up. Expect more of this as people pull their houses off the market in order to have the holidays without the stress of buying or selling a home. Those numbers for the month are down 13.7%, but when you look at it this same time last year, it's up 4.3%. And you can see that overall because this year, basically, these inventory bars have been a lot higher than they were last year. You see this chart here starts on August of 24, going through October of 25. But you can see that these are taller than these bars. So you can see that inventory is definitely going up. The dark green bars down here are the homes that sold, and that number represented 16% more sold month over month, but down 3.4% when you compare that to this time last year. And when you look at the whole quarterly numbers, which you know are more statistically relevant, those are actually up 6.1%. So people are starting to come back into the market and buy houses. I'm seeing that as an agent as well. And the last number here is the blue line, which represents the new listings. Again, taking a nosedive now because again, it's a terrible time to list your house, and so most people aren't doing that unless they really have a reason to get up and go. And here we have days on market. How long does it take on average to sell a house? And that number went down from last month to this month. That represented a decrease of 11.8%. When you look at it compared to last year, there was no change. And when you look at the more statistically relevant quarterly numbers, it was actually up 11.6%. So it is still harder to sell a house this year than last year, at least with any amount of speed. You can also look up here are the original sales price over the original list price, and that number is steady month over month. Remember, this has a lot more to do with where home sellers price their house to begin with. If they price it at a number where it actually sells at, which means probably the very best price, certainly the most relevant since that's where it sells, this number would always be 100. So right now it shows that sellers are still pricing their houses on average a little higher than they are selling for. Okay, and now we are to those prices. The blue bars down here are the median prices, and you can see that the price went down, the median price went down month over month. That represented a decrease of 3.7%. When you look at it compared to last year, that's down 9.5%. And when you look at the full quarter, that's down again 3.4%. When we look at average number, however, that went up a little bit. I think the average number is a little less relevant in Marin County given the very large disparity that we have between low-priced houses and high-priced houses. It's a lot for an average to be really useful, but we always want to put all of the information we have together. So the average list price was down 2.2%, but the average sold price was up 1.3%. And when you look at it last year, that's up 2.4% over this time last year. And when you look at the full quarter, it's actually up 5.6% for the quarterly numbers. So let's take a look and see how that parlays into the price per square foot. So here we have price per square foot, and as you can see, it went up quite a bit from last month to this month. But remember, this is an average number. So we just saw that the average prices were up. So it's not really surprising that the average price per square foot went up as well. It's not a median price. It's interesting, right? If we were looking at a median price per square foot, we would see completely different numbers. But let's go through these. A month over month, that's up 5.7%. This time last year, up 3.3%. And looking at the quarterly numbers, only up 0.9%. So not nearly as strong as the prices were when you look at the price per square foot. That's a wrap. If you're checking out homes for sale in Marin or debating whether it's time to sell, you should see some other video recommendations above me. And don't forget to hit the subscribe so you don't miss any of my no fluff real estate updates. Oh, and by the way, I have a free newsletter. Check that out in the description and sign up. Thank you for watching and have a great day.